High school. I'm Harvey Dupla, coming to you live from the NCTV studio. Today's Friday, March 22nd, and a day B.
And I'm Caitlin Mulcahy. We've got a lot to talk about, ranging from incredible performances from both the theater department and the robotics team to SAT dates and, of course, everyone's favorite deadlines. But before we get to that, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
We've got some very exciting news to start off. Last weekend, the Vex Robotics team traveled to Worcester, Massachusetts for the Southern New England Regional Championship. After 2 days, the boys came out on top, and this win allowed them to clinch a spot at the World Championships in Kentucky. We caught up with Ben Levin, captain of the team, who described their success and how they claimed that title.
We went undefeated for 10 matches in our qualifying rounds and then won an additional 4 times to complete the elimination bracket to win the championship title.
In fact, we have that moment the boys found out they were champions. Good luck to the team in Kentucky, and let's keep that winning streak going.
Speaking of success, last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the NCHS Theater Department performed their incredible version of Anything Goes the musical. The musical portrayed Reno Sweeney, Billy Crocker, his love interest Hope Harcourt, and many more on their voyage on the USS American. A special congrats go out to the seniors in their last winter show and to director Dee Alexander. With this in mind, a reminder that auditions for the spring musical Legally Blonde will take place this Monday, the 25th, through this Thursday, the 28th. Congrats to the cast and crew on another fantastic show. You never fail to blow us away with your spectacular performances.
Another exciting performance coming up is on next Friday, March 29th, and it is their annual Ram Jam Fashion Music Festival. Most seniors who will be participating in this show have already finalized their plans, but the event is still calling for spectators from the rest of the school. All tickets are $15 and will be sold as wristbands next Monday, Wednesday and Friday, or are available for purchase on the PFA website. All money raised will go towards funding the senior post-prom, so please help contribute to the cause and support the senior class.
Another way to support a great cause is this Sunday, as the Pura Vida Club is hosting their 4th annual dodgeball tournament from 2 to 4 in the main gym. If you're interested in participating, you must make a team of 3 guys and 3 girls. It costs $20 at the door. All proceeds go to their food packing event in May, and there will be prizes and food for those who come and attend. So come make a difference and have loads of fun while doing it.
Now on to the highly anticipated career night. The night started off with a presentation from Steve Green, director of Johnson O'Connor Research Foundation, highlighting how students can capitalize on their own natural talents. After, students went to individual classrooms to listen to various panel speakers. The evening sure lived up to the hype, with the approximate 650 students who attended and 50 speakers who spoke of their various careers. We hope everyone who was there learned a lot about themselves and had a good time.
A quick reminder that the deadline to submit course appeals is just around the corner, April 1st. Because all students have already picked their classes for next year, it's important to remember that if you wish to change any of them, you must submit an appeal of reconsideration. To do this, enter into the Power School portal where you chose your courses and select the appeals option.
And then a quick reminder to all juniors that next Wednesday, March the 27th, NCHS will be hosting an in-school SAT. Juniors should make sure to arrive on time as the testing begins at 7:30 a.m. and bring a number 2 pencil, your student ID, your admissions ticket and a calculator. Room locations for the test will be posted on March the 22nd. Seniors involved in the internship program have a mandatory meeting in the Wagner room on this morning, but classes for all other students do not begin until 12:24.
Another exciting event swarming the school is March Madness, and Madness certainly swept one special winter sports team this past weekend. For more on the story, let's head on over to Ian Nicholas. Ian, what you got for us?
Thanks, Caitlin. Today, we've got some exciting spring previews, a recap on that one special winter sports team, and even some March Madness picks. I'm Ian Nicholas, and this is your Rams Sports Report. To start, how about boys basketball? Somehow, someway, the Rams' historic season got even better last weekend when they traveled up to Mohegan Sun Arena on Saturday to take on third-seeded Granby Bears in the D4 State Championship. You know NCTV had to be there, so let's roll the tape. Things looked bleak at first for the Rams as Granby jumped out to a 9-1 lead in the first, thanks in part to this James Shalansky three-ball. However, after a quick timeout, the Rams got back on track in the second thanks to threes of their own from junior Alex Gibbons here on the wide-open look, and then senior captain Ben Sarda off the inbound. So after trailing by 6 at the end of the first half, the Rams led by 5 at the end of the half. They'd keep it up in the third as Gibbons steps back before threading the needle to senior captain and NCTV's own Luke Rambuya for the easy 2, and then Gibbons again would connect from 3 later in the quarter, his second of 3 trays on the game. He finished with a team leading 13 points as NC goes to win their first state title in 57 years. Final score 55-39. They finished their Cinderella season with a 20-5 record to their name, a huge improvement from just 5 wins a year ago. And when your season single-handedly changes the culture of basketball in your town like it did this year, the entire team deserves Ram of the Week. Congrats to you all, especially FCAC Coach of the Year Danny Melzer and his 6 seniors who leave the program with a buzz it's never had before. Congrats. Recently, in some more b-ball news, 3 freshmen from NCHS represented the East Division of the FCAC in the annual FCAC Freshman All-Star Game at Norwalk High School. Megan Driscoll, Justin Villeneuve, and Michael Sanseverino each got a chance to shine in this showcase event. It was certainly a big honor, so congrats is in order, and we can't wait to see more of what you got in the years to come. Now, it's time for spring sports, previews at least. Boys volleyball is coming off a solid 13-7 season where they made both FCACs and states, and the guys are hoping to have similar success this go-around. With the losses of all-FCAC hitter Cam Nelson and longtime setter Ben Fishman, Coach Amy Warren is now relying on senior co-captain John Pizer and sophomore stud Gavin Bramwitt to bring a spark of their own. Junior Peter Herron looks to add good playmaking at setter, while another junior, Aaron Fishman, provides defensive expertise. Also look out for some up-and-coming juniors, including Colin Russo, Finn Stanley, and NCTV's own AJ Boyd. The Rams kick off their season next Saturday, the 30th, at home versus Danbury at noon, so make sure to show your support. Good luck, guys. Next in the batter's box is baseball. The boys look to bounce back this season after a disappointing 9-11 record last year, with new coach and former sports reporter Mr. Bloss leading the way. Although it may be tough, senior captains Jack DeFrancesco, Andrew Jordan, and Ben Sarda look to turn the tides towards victory after losing key seniors Zach Lopez, Nate Bizzella, and Griffin Arnone. They'll get help from returning players like senior AJ Riccozzi and juniors Frankie Rampin, Ryan McAleer, and Jack Lasecki. Also, keep an eye on sophomores Henry Canning, Cleet Wheeler, and Jack O'Donnell. Best of luck this season, guys. Our last previews this week will be on the green, golf. The girls absolutely tear it up in the past couple years, winning back-to-back FCAC and state titles. They now look to make it a three-peat with senior captain Megan Mitchell and junior Morgan Hibbert leading the way. But they'll have to do it without last year's star performers in Lauren Capone and Caroline Adeo. Good news, though, there's plenty of young talent in returning sophomore Julia Bizzata, as well as walk-on freshman Molly Mitchell. Go get 'em, girls. Meanwhile, the boys finished last year with an impressive record of 12-3, finishing 3rd in the FCAC. They lose former players Max Orwitz and Grant Carlson, and are now led by senior co-captains Grant Mellinger and Gunnar Granito. And let's not forget fellow seniors Gray Farley and Liam O'Neill. And keep an eye out for underclassmen, including sophomore Sam Ives, who returns to varsity, along with a new face of a program, freshman Mark DeGaetano, reportedly a favorite of Granito's. Best of luck, guys. And I can't forget about the sports tournament sweeping the nation, March Madness. Games in the round of 64 did begin yesterday, thanks to Louisville, Belmont, and Syracuse for letting me down. Anyway, a deep sleeper that I believe can be this year's Cinderella story is 12-seed Oregon. They've won 8 straight, including the Pac-12 championship, and I believe they can be an Elite 8 team with their great defense. But when it comes down to the Final Four, I'm going with Duke, Virginia, North Carolina, and a small sleeper, Texas Tech. It comes down to Duke versus UNC, and no surprise, Duke is my choice of champs, winning 77-74. And remember, no matter who wins, it's always fun to tune in. That's all for me, so for now, back to you, Caitlin and Harvey.
Thanks, Ian. It sounds like this spring season is looking to be a good one.
And now that it's spring, the weather has to be getting better. And to get us into the spirit, we have a new face in the studio going live for the first time today. Fallon, how's the weather looking?
Good morning, NCHS, and what is up? I'm Fallon Arnone, and it is my pleasure to be in front of the green screen for the very first time. This past Wednesday was the first day of spring, but aside from the sports starting up, it hasn't really felt like spring at all. The weather has been inconsistent this week, but by the end of the weekend, it is expected to heat up, feeling a bit more like spring. So with that, let's take a look. Sorry to disappoint today with the weather, but similar to yesterday, there will be some sprinkling showers leading into the afternoon with the temperatures reaching a high in the upper 40s and a low in the 30s. So I hope you guys remembered your raincoats. Luckily, the clouds will clear as we enter into Saturday with temperatures reaching the upper 40s and dipping into the lower 30s. Giddy up. Lastly, Sunday. We are expected for a treat as it will be feeling a little bit more like spring. We will have mostly sunny skies and temps that are expected to reach a high in the upper 50s and a low in the upper 30s. So while I know Sundays are for Netflix, many of us should go take our dogs for a walk and spend some great time with family and friends. Well, guys, I'm super glad to have been with you all this morning, but I think we could all agree we're ready for more spring weather. Fortunately, this trend is expected to carry into next week. NCHS, have a wonderful weekend. Caitlin and Harvey, back to you guys.
Thanks, Fallon. And now before we go, we would like to wish a very happy birthday to Lily Beecher. If you have any announcements, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NCTV78 or email us at nctv78@gmail.com a week before the Friday broadcast. This has been Harvey Duplock.
And I'm Caitlin Mulcahy. We leave you now with the boys basketball team celebration from their championship win last Saturday. Have a great weekend, and you stay classy, New Canaan.
Good job, guys.